You know, there's a special kind of silence that follows when you decide to step away. It ain't the silence of peace. No, it's the silence that scrapes at their conscience, the kind that makes their laughter sound hollow, that makes their smiles fade a little too quickly when they think no one's watching. And trust me, kid, they're always watching. People like them, they feed off your presence, your energy, your goddamn life. But your absence, now that's a ghost they can't run from. They'll pretend they don't care. Oh, they'll keep up the charade, post their fake moments, laugh too loud at jokes that don't even tickle the soul, and talk about you like you're still a part of the equation. But make no mistake, your absence speaks louder than any word they could ever say. It speaks a truth they chose to ignore. You might think that your presence has no weight, that your efforts go unnoticed, that your sacrifices are taken for granted. But let me tell you something, and listen carefully. The moment you leave, the moment you pull back and decide that you're no longer going to feed the illusion of their reality, that's when everything starts to shift. People who have built their world around you, who have relied on your energy like parasites, feeding on a host, suddenly feel the absence of what they never thought they would lose. They take it for granted while you're there, absorbing your light without even realizing they're dimming yours. But when you walk away, the light that was once theirs begins to flicker, and what you'll soon realize is that you were never invisible. You were never insignificant. Your absence reveals what they never appreciated when you were around, the impact you had, the space you filled, the balance you brought to the chaos. It's painful, isn't it? To realize that the people you gave so much of yourself to, the people who called you friend, the ones you bent over backward to support, they never really saw you. Not truly. You weren't just a friend or a confidant. You were a tool, an instrument in their self-centered symphony. They didn't notice how much you bled for them, how much of yourself you sacrificed. You didn't get the credit you deserved because they were too busy living in their own world to care. They made you feel like you were the one lucky to be in their lives, but all along, it was them who were lucky to have you. And now that you've stepped back, now that you've taken yourself out of the equation, the silence that follows is their reckoning. It's their reminder that the thing they took for granted is no longer available. That energy you poured into their lives is suddenly absent, and they are left to deal with the emptiness they've created by ignoring your worth. They'll try to keep up appearances, won't they? They'll pretend they don't care, like they've moved on without a second thought. But there's something about absence that cuts through the facade. Their smiles, their jokes, their so-called moves on are nothing but smoke and mirrors, disguising the truth of how lost they are without you. What's even more striking is that your absence is not just felt by those you've left behind, it's felt by you as well. The truth is, your absence will teach you more about yourself than any presence ever could. It will force you to confront the ways you've been undervaluing your own worth. You've spent so much time pouring into others that you forgot to pour into yourself. Your absence isn't just a lesson to them, it's a reminder to you that your time, your energy, and your love are precious. It's an awakening to the fact that you deserve the same care and attention you've given away so freely. You've learned the hard way that people don't always show up for you the way you show up for them. But in stepping back, you create the space to show up for yourself. There's something powerful in stepping away, in realizing that your energy is finite and should be spent where it's reciprocated. The moment you decide to stop pouring into relationships, situations, and environments that drain you, you create space for something far greater. That absence, while seemingly negative to those who take you for granted, is actually the first step toward creating a life that truly nourishes you. It's in the silence that follows your decision to leave that the universe begins to align itself in your favor. You free yourself from the weight of others' expectations, and you make room for new opportunities, new connections, and a deeper sense of purpose. Now, I'm not telling you that walking away is easy. I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt, that there won't be days when you wonder if you made the right choice, or if maybe, just maybe, you should have stuck around a little longer. But what I'm telling you is this: if you walk away from people, places, and things that don't respect your worth, the silence they experience will eventually turn into a powerful truth. They will feel it. It will eat at them. They'll try to act like it doesn't matter, but the truth is, they'll never forget the moment you decided to take back your power. And when they come back to you, when they reach out to re-enter your life, the question you need to ask yourself is simple. Did they change? Did they truly see the absence you created? Or are they just trying to fill the space because they can't stand the emptiness? Are they only reaching out because they realize they can't get by without your light? Or are they simply looking for someone to continue being the person you once were before they took you for granted? Don't be fooled by the attempts at reconciliation if they aren't accompanied by a genuine understanding of why you left. It's easy to apologize when someone goes silent, but it's not the apology that matters. It's the change that follows. Don't let people waltz back into your life with empty words. Their absence should be a reminder to you that you deserve to be seen, appreciated, and respected while you're still around. Not just when they realize you're gone. When you make the decision to walk away, it's an act of reclaiming your autonomy. It's an acknowledgement that you have the right to protect your peace, to preserve your energy, and to demand that your presence be valued. And when you leave, when you let that silence settle in, it's a clear message. I will no longer be a part of the narrative unless I am treated as I deserve to be. People will always remember the moment you decide to take a step back. It's as though your absence pulls the curtain back on their true feelings, revealing things they never admitted to themselves. You have the right to take up space in this world. You have the right to demand respect, to require that the people around you treat you with the same energy you've given them. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you're less than worthy. Your absence is not a punishment. It's a lesson that echoes through time, through the people who once had the privilege of your presence. Your absence will haunt them, but it will also set you free. It will be your truth, shining like a beacon, reminding them that they chose to ignore what was right in front of them. But here's the real beauty of it all. The silence of your absence is not just for them, it's for you too. It's a reminder that you have power, that you are not just a passive player in your own life. It's an act of self-preservation. It's an opportunity for you to reconnect with who you truly are, outside the expectations and needs of others. It's an invitation to put yourself first, to begin the journey of healing, of rediscovery, and of finally seeing the value in yourself that others may have overlooked. So, the next time you feel like you're giving too much, like you're investing more in someone than they are in you, remember this: your absence is never a weakness. It's a testament to your strength. It's a reminder that you can walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. And when you do, the silence will do the talking. They'll hear it, they'll feel it, and eventually, they'll understand. In conclusion, know this: your absence is not to be feared. It is not a loss. It is a statement of power. It is the truth they chose to ignore, and the truth they will have no choice but to confront. You are worthy. You are powerful. And when you decide that you've given enough, when you decide to walk away, remember that the silence you leave behind will speak volumes. Let it speak.